Forest, our lifeline. Learning about
Why the forests are called green lungs.
Professor Ahmad explained that plants release oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. The plants help to provide oxygen for animal respiration. They also maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. That is why forests are called green lungs. The children saw clouds forming in the sky. The children recalled water cycle. Trees take in water from their roots and release water vapor into the air through evaporation. If there were fewer trees, how will the water cycle be affected? Tibu told them that the forest is not just home to plants and animals. Many people also live in the forest. Some of them may belong to different tribes. Tibu explained that these people depend mostly on the forest. The forest provides them with food, shelter, water, and medicines. They have traditional knowledge about many medicinal plants in the forest. While Aman was drinking water from the small stream, he saw some deer crossing the stream. They disappeared into the bushes. The dense bushes and the tall grass provide animals with the food and shelter. They also protect them from carnivores that live in the forest. Tibu then started looking closely at the forest floor. Soon he called and showed the children droppings of some animals and explained the difference between various types of droppings. Professor Ahmad informed them that the forest officers could recognize the presence of some animals in the forest by their droppings and footprints. Aman called everyone and showed them a large decaying heap of animal dropping. Several beetles and grubs were feeding on the heap and a bunch of seedlings was sprouting. These seedlings are of the herbs and shrubs. The animals also disperse the seeds of certain plants and help the forest to grow and regenerate. The decaying animal dung also provides nutrients to the seedlings to grow, said Professor Ahmad. After listening to this, Aman noted this in his notebook. By harboring greater variety of plants, the forest provides greater opportunities for food and habitat for herbivores. Larger number of herbivores means increased availability of food for a variety of carnivores. The wide variety of animals helps the forest to regenerate and grow. Decomposers help in maintaining the supply of nutrients to the growing plants in the forest. Therefore, the forest is a dynamic living entity, full of life and vitality. It was about afternoon and the children wanted to go back. Tibu suggested another route for going back. While they were going back, it started raining. However, surprisingly, they saw the raindrops were not hitting the forest floor directly. The uppermost layer of the forest canopy intercepted the flow of raindrops, and most of the water was coming down through the branches and the stems of the trees. From the leaves, it was dripping slowly over the branches of the shrubs and herbs. They found that the ground was still dry. After about half an hour, the rain stopped. They noticed that the layer of dead leaves over the forest floor appeared wet now. But water did not stagnate in the forest. Aman thought that if it had rained so heavily in his town, it would have flooded the drains and roads. Professor Ahmed told them that the forest also acts as a natural absorber of rainwater and allows it to seep. It helps to maintain the water table throughout the year. Forests not only help in controlling floods, but also help maintain the flow of water in the streams so that we get a steady supply of water. On the other hand, if trees are not present, rain hits the ground directly and may flood the area around it. Heavy rains may also damage the soil. Roots of the trees normally bind the soil together. But in their absence, the soil is washed away or eroded, windswept. The children spent an hour at Tibu's village on their way back. The weather of the village was quite pleasant. Villagers told them that, due to the surrounding forest, they received good rainfall. The air also remained cool. Noise pollution is less because the forest absorbs the noise of the nearby highway. The children learnt about the village and the agricultural fields of the area were created after clearing the forest about 60 years ago. Tibu's grandfather told them that when he was young, the village was not as large as it was now. It was surrounded by forest, construction of roads, buildings, industrial development, and increasing demand of wood created pressure on the forest and it started vanishing. He was not happy that the forest adjoining their village is not regenerating and is on the verge of disappearing due to overgrazing of animals and indiscriminate felling of trees. Professor Ahmed said that if we did things wisely, we could preserve forest and environment as well as have development. The children wrote, "Forests provide us with oxygen. They protect the soil and provide habitat to a large number of animals. Forests help in bringing good rainfall in neighboring areas. They are a source of medicinal plants, timber, and many other useful products. We must preserve our forests. What would happen if forests disappear? 1. If forests disappear, the amount of carbon dioxide in the air will increase, resulting in the increase of Earth's temperature. 2. In the absence of trees and plants, the animals will not get food and shelter. 3. In the absence of trees, the soil will not hold water, which will cause floods. 4. Deforestation will endanger our life and environment. Think what we can do to preserve our forests. Summary: forests protect the soil from erosion. Soil helps forests to grow and regenerate. Forests are the lifeline for the forest-dwelling communities. Forests influence the climate, water cycle, and air quality. That is all in this lesson, students. Protect your nature. Keep learning.